Today is a big day in the life of the deanery. We have bought our Christmas tree. Unfashionably late this year, I know, but we have bought our Christmas tree. In fact, our Christmas trees. We have two, which sounds completely over the top. But we have one downstairs in our hall, which can be enjoyed by visitors. We're not expecting any of those this year, but it stands close to a window, and I hope it will add to the festive light which is shining all around the close. We have the second tree upstairs in our family living room, where we will open our presents if Father Christmas visits us this year, which, as we know, is never a done deal. I'm not sure any of us has been terribly good this year. The downstairs tree will be rather elegant. It will have white lights and gold-coloured decorations, and it will be topped by one of the cathedral flower arranger's beautiful stars. The upstairs tree will be anything but elegant. It will probably have multicoloured lights, shiny strings of beads, and a collection of ornaments best described as motley. It's a collection that began before our marriage, nearly 25 years ago, and which grows each year. There are the tin reindeer and glass Christmas pudding, which were probably the first decorations we ever bought. There are the ornaments we acquired when each of our children was born. And there are others which mark a particular moment in our family life. For example, 7 years ago, we were spending our first Christmas at Canterbury Cathedral. There were other firsts that year as well. The Welby family were celebrating their first Canterbury Christmas as well. So we bought an Archbishop Justin tree decoration from the cathedral shop. Another first that year was that it was our cat's first Christmas. They promptly clawed and chewed the dangling Archbishop. I suppose that was prophetic of an experience to which he's become all too used. But there he hangs every year, looking rather mauled and reminding us of 2013. I love our Christmas trees. I love Christmas trees. The one we have in the cathedral this year is fabulous, and I urge you to see it if you haven't already. And the ones dotted around the city of Salisbury in a trail are wonderful. But do they have anything to do with the story that Christmas celebrates? Right at the beginning of the Bible, there is a tree, or a fruit of a tree, which is humanity's great undoing. Adam and Eve, you'll remember, disobey God, eat from the one tree they've been forbidden to eat from, and are cast out of Eden, into the earthly realm of sin and death. Right at the very end of the Bible, when the writer of Revelation records a vision of God's ultimate recreation of all things, there is also a tree. But this time it's a tree of life, and its leaves are for the healing of the nations. The passage from the tree that brings about our exile from paradise to the tree that is the guarantor of our restoration to it is brought about by the birth, life, and death of the child of Bethlehem, a death which poets and hymn writers have called a death on a tree. Is that why we decorate trees at Christmas? I don't think so. We decorate them because we want to fill our homes and our streets with beauty, warmth, and light, and because we treasure the stories that our trees tell, mangled archbishops and all. Beauty, warmth, light, and the love of family are good. They are the inestimable gifts of God. We should be celebrating them, and we should be filling our homes with them. There is nothing in God's creation that will not speak to us of God's story if we allow it. When on Christmas afternoon I adjust my paper hat for the 50th time, decline another mince pie and gaze at our glowing tree through the post-dinner haze, I'll do my best to remember the tree of Eden, the tree of Revelation, and the tree of Calvary. And I'll be thankful for this extraordinary birth, for this extraordinary life, for this extraordinary love. Here's a prayer which you may hear now and then this Christmastide. God of comfort and joy, may we know your presence with us today and bring your gentle, joyful love to others this Christmas and always. Amen. Have a good evening and a lovely weekend.